Classroom walkthroughs are a powerful tool to inform teaching and learning. The purpose of this video is to share our updated approach to classroom walkthroughs and to explain the purpose and the process. When schools talk about data, they're usually referring to assessment data. And while this data is very important, it's not as valuable as data connected directly to student learning. Classroom walkthroughs provide schools with an inside look at learning and data that can be used to share and grow best practice and also to inform professional development needs. It is important to stress that classroom walkthroughs may not be used in any way as part of the teacher evaluation process. The data is collected and reported without teacher names or room numbers and is reported at the aggregate level, which can be an entire grade, department, or school-wide, never at the individual teacher level. Teachers are welcome to be part of the classroom walkthrough process with training and as schedules permit. Classroom walkthroughs are part of a broader process for improvement called the CARA cycle. Phase 1 is collecting data through classroom walkthroughs. Phase 2 involves school-based teams in analyzing the data. Phase 3 is where the data is shared with grade level, departments, school-wide, and where teachers reflect on what pleases them with the data and what concerns them. In Phase 4, teacher teams develop actions for improvement. After 6 to 8 weeks of these actions being implemented, the process begins again with another round of walkthroughs to collect data and determine if the actions for improvement are in place. Each cycle of classroom walkthroughs involves 20 unannounced classroom visits. Each visit lasts approximately 5 minutes. The classroom walkthrough team does not interact with the teacher and only with the students to determine if they know the learning target of the lesson. Data is collected electronically through a Google form that was developed with input from K through 12 leaders. A laptop, iPad, or phone may be used to collect data. Over the past several weeks, we've worked together with administrators and teacher leaders to develop this classroom walkthrough tool. It was designed to focus on these 3 areas that represent the work that schools have been actively engaged in over the past several years. We believe, and research supports, that continuous improvement in these areas will increase student achievement and strengthen student engagement. Looking at the alignment of curriculum, instruction, and assessment provides schools with information on the types of learning opportunities that students have within and across grades or subject areas. Research has consistently shown that this alignment is one of the most important school-level factors that impacts student achievement and creates equity in learning for all students. The first phase of the CARA cycle is collect data, and within this phase we'll be collecting data related to curriculum, instruction, and assessment. The look-fors include, is the learning target evident, and is it aligned to the scope and sequence of the curriculum? The next look-fors relate to what the teacher is doing, what the students are doing, and what resources that students are using. Next, we'll take a look at the depth of knowledge or rigor. Is it aligned to the learning target? And lastly, we'll take a look at grouping format, the level of classroom engagement, and how the classroom environment supports learning. The second area of look-fors is assessment literacy, which encompasses the practice of formative assessment during learning and summative assessment at the end of a unit or course. Classroom walkthroughs provide data on how these practices are used within and across classrooms, providing data to show the use of different strategies and to inform teacher professional development. And lastly, our most recent professional development focus is digital learning. School leaders will be looking at how technology tools and applications are used within schools and collecting data on different strategies that are being used and professional development that may be needed. This includes looking at how students are accessing information, if they're using interactive adaptive software such as iReady or MobyMax that adapts instruction to students' skill level and interest. Also, if students are collaborating and creating to develop and communicate their understanding through technology. Here's a quick look at what the form looks like. In addition, schools may add their own look-fors to collect data on initiatives that are specific to their school. A copy of this classroom walkthrough is available on the district curriculum page if you would like to take a closer look. In addition, we've developed a guide for school-level teams to create a shared understanding of terminology and build consistency in the use of classroom walkthroughs across the district. We welcome your questions and involvement in the process. Please contact your building principal or the superintendent's office if you would like additional information. Thank you. The first part of the walkthrough form asks that people select a grade. So the people doing walkthroughs would indicate which grade it was, which content area they're looking at, and then we move right into look-fors related to curriculum, such as what is the learning target, is it evident within the lesson, is it aligned to the scope and sequence, and is the learning target evident to students. From there, we'll move into instructional practice. What are some things that are noticed within the classroom that the teacher is doing at the time of the visit? Keep in mind that the visit is only about a 5-minute visit, so we won't be looking for all of these things, but we'll be indicating the strategies that we do see being used. From there, we go on to student learning. Again, what are students doing to acquire, comprehend, and communicate knowledge? And in what ways are students using technology? We'll also take a look at resources that are being used within the classroom. And from there, we'll take a look at depth of knowledge and the alignment of the depth of knowledge to the rigor of the learning target. We'll look at grouping format, level of engagement based on what 50% or more of the students are doing, and lastly, the classroom environment. There is also a section, as I mentioned previously, for other notes or for schools to develop their own look-fors for building-based initiatives. From there, the classroom walkthrough team will submit the form and it will feed into a spreadsheet that will collect the data from the 20 walkthroughs.